Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Rodizio, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. So as you can see behind me, today I'm going to be showing you how to build this Super Smelter 3000. So let's go check out from a bit more close by what we will be needing for this build. Alright, so over here I've pretty much summed up everything you need to know. Our Super Smelter is going to smelt us 1.5 stacks of any item per minute. And that is 86 stacks per hour, or to put that in some other kind of perspective, that is around 42 seconds per stack. And guys, let me tell you, that is pretty quick, alright? So let's have a look at what we will be needing today. So we're gonna need around 20 blocks of any kind. So do mind that I have to be solid blocks, but cobblestone or normal stone or whatever kind of concrete will do perfectly fine. And if you want, you can go ahead and grab a screenshot real quick, and then I will go ahead and grab everything out of here. So let's go ahead and grab everything out. And let me just remark real quickly that this furnace module can be made out of furnaces or blast furnaces. And what I mean by that, I will show you in just a second. So let's also grab all of that out there. And as you can see here, per module, you are gonna need 1 furnace, 3 hoppers, and 2 powered drills. And I'll show you in just a second what I actually mean by that. So over here, I've just grabbed a simple little slice out of that build without all of the fancy stuff around it. So over here, you can see this is what I mean by 1 module, the 3 hoppers, as I mentioned, the 2 rails, and the furnace. Now, I also said that this could be made with a blast furnace. So here you go, that is the blast furnace type. So before I show you the actual build, let me just show you how quick this machine actually is. So in here, we're gonna throw our coal, and you see that gets pulled out of there pretty quickly. And when we flick this lever, that minecart hopper is going to dispense all of the coal into the furnaces. And over in this chest, we are gonna put our sand or whatever you wanna be smelting, in fact, and then we're gonna go ahead and flick the lever. Now, as I said before, oh, and isn't that just so mesmerizing to watch? But I'm getting off track here. So as I said before, or you can have a furnace array, or you can have a blast furnace array. But of course, what you can also do is just mirror this onto that side, and instead of using furnaces, you can then employ blast furnaces. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the furnace variant, because it is basically the exact same for the blast furnaces. So let's come over here, and I guess we'll start with a basic collection system. Now let's just make a 8 module array. So that is, you're gonna have to have 1 hopper, and then the amount of modules you want. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go, counting with Rodizio. Why not? All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab our furnaces, and that should also be 8. And the way you do that is simply by shift and right clicking onto these hoppers. And I think, no, 1 more, there we go. So now we are also going to place our hoppers on the top here. So if you're in creative, that is pretty simple by holding shift and spacebar. In survival, you'll have to, of course, use some scaffolding or some extra building blocks to get behind there. Now we're also going to shift click some of these hoppers into the backside of each of these furnaces, and I'll show you why that is in just a second. Now before we do anything else, we are going to place down some blocks. So 2 blocks facing up like that, and another one like this. And I'll show you why that is, because when you put a minecart on a rail that is powered and you rush him into one of these blocks, it is going to make it so that it bounces back. So let's go ahead and fill up these rails real quick. And before we do anything else, we're gonna power these on, and then you'll see that this whole track powers up. Now I do have to have a quick look at how I did it over here. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna need 2 more blocks coming out of these hoppers. So that's 1, that's 2, and the same over on this side. Now we wanna have another powered rail like that, facing into this normal block. And we're gonna do the exact same thing over on this side. And yeah, these rails sometimes connect up, but the way you can deal with that is by simply doing one of these one of these lengths at a time. So now it is important that you place these rails exactly like I am doing. All right, so it is sometimes quite a bit difficult to place these, but hey, have a look at how I'm doing it. So I'm gonna place down one normal rail and then the powered rail. So if it doesn't work from the first time, don't worry, it took me quite a few times. Now we're gonna place down the levers on the corresponding blocks, and you'll see that when we turn on the lever, the corresponding rail turns on. So that is perfect. Now, of course, we also want to have our chests. So the way we are going to do that is simply by placing down a double chest. In fact, it doesn't have to be a double chest, but I do advise it to be a double chest. So there we go. And that's that. Now, so as you saw before, in this topmost chest is where we are going to put our stuff that we want to be smelting. It is then going to come in here via a minecart, which we still have to place. A hopper minecart. Mind that it has to be a hopper minecart and not any plain old minecarts. All right, so this cart is going to come over across the top. It is going to dispose its items into these hoppers and on its turn into this top slot over here. And in the backside, it is going to do the exact same thing, but this time it is going to put our furnace fuel into this bottom slot over here. So I think we are almost done, but as you saw here, I have quite a lengthy piece of rail. So when you do a long track like this, you sometimes have to make sure that all of the rails are powered up. And the way that I like to do that is simply by placing down a block like that and then taking your redstone torch and putting it to its side. And that is going to take care for both these rails and also for these ones over here. So before I do anything else, I'm just gonna go ahead and test this bad boy out to see if it is working. So again, I'll show you. We're gonna put something that we can burn. It is going to be sucked up by that hopper. It is going to be displaced into these furnaces, and we're gonna do the exact same thing one more time over here. And let's have a look. Isn't that just beautiful? Now, before I end the video, guys, I do want to remark one more important thing. I don't know if you have been a subscriber for a long time. If you have, you would recognize this. And this is what I like to call a carpet duplication machine. And as I explained in one of the previous videos, carpets can be used perfectly as furnace fuel. So what I'm gonna do is just connect up these hoppers, and you'll see when we turn this on, this machine is going to start duping carpets. Now, you might not know this, but carpets can be used as furnace fuel. Now, do we have the luck? No, there's still coal in here. Maybe yeah, okay, so let's grab some of these carpets out and use them instead. There we go. And let's grab ourselves some sand. And that's that. As you can see, carpets will work perfectly fine. Alright guys, that will be all for today's video. I hope it helped indeed. If it did, please make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more weekly content like this. But for now, I was your host Radizio, and I'll see you guys in the next one.